How's your game improved since you first came off the campus at Maryland?
Oh,
Unique.
man, my game has improved, I would say, in numerous ways, just, recognizing, first of all, my weaknesses. Every player has a weakness, and it's about capitalizing on those weaknesses. And I feel like one thing I've changed in my game is just awareness, situation awareness, because certain things can happen within a situation. For instance, in a 2-minute situation, the game is on the line. Instead of trying to, jump the snap count, you really got to keep the ball, because the offense will take advantage of any opportunity and situation to be able to get as much yards as possible. So just little, details like that. And then also, just always being your biggest critic, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be an overall great player. You mentioned early in the conversation, as you introduced me, you said that one of the best pass rushers, but I want to be considered one of the best football players, overall. And there's work that I have to do each and every day to be able to attain those goals. So, working against play action passes, working against run plays, whether I'm in a 6 technique, a 4 technique, a 5 technique, just being stout on every single aspect of the game. That's my goal, and that's where I feel like I've improved.
Yeah, I mean, no fewer than 8 sacks in any of your seasons, including 10 last year in Vegas. I know we talked about the here and now, but just, going back a few pages here, what was it like in Vegas last year for that one season? Unique. What was it?
Oh, man, I feel like it was a transition period just for me, not as a football player, but just, as a man. Going through those, few teams, after Jacksonville, it kind of just instilled, I would say, a certain grit about myself, to being able to endure certain situations, even though, you're not in full control of it. So, that's why I just trust the God, man, and being able to have a successful season and being able to, meet awesome coaches like Coach Bisaccio, Coach Marinelli was a blessing, and they all played a part in the man I am today. So, I wouldn't change that for everything, man. It was a blessing to be part of that a great organization.
Well, yeah, I the reason why I bring it up is, I've been around this almost 20 years now with the NFL Network, and I just don't recall a season like anything last year about what was happening in the locker room with a coach who's there and then he's gone. What happened with Henry Ruggs in that awful moment where somebody's life was taken. And that what that must have been like in the locker room that entire season for you, Unique, and your teammates.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, it was definitely a difficult situation to go through, and but it showed you the character and the heart of that team to be able to endure and go through all those obstacles and adversities, and be able to still, get a spot in the playoffs, man. Special shout out to every single player that was part of that, 2021 season with the Las Vegas Raiders, because they all played a major part in allowing us to advance that far in the season.
And then that last game of the year, too, the regular season, were you anywhere near the coach making his decision about whether to kick that field goal or just take the tie and let everybody go to the playoffs, or you wanted to win and stick it to the Chargers? What was that like on the sideline that night?
Oh man, it was crazy, because it just showed the confidence like Coach Bisaccio he had in our team, and he was our interim, but he was also our special teams coach. So it was ultimately his decision, and that decision was life changing. We did something special, man. The Raiders we haven't been to the play. When I was a Raider, we weren't in the playoffs for a few years, 5, however long it was. So to be able to do that, and like you said previously, endure all those events that never really happened to a football club, it just shows how special those men were.
Is it true though that they were you were gonna go for the tie until I guess the Chargers took a timeout? Do you remember that whole sequence, Unique?
I don't remember the whole sequence back to back like that, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do like that. I was just, I had my head down the whole time. I was just ready to go to the playoffs.
I'm sure. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.